On Wednesday, Trump hosted 5 Western and African leaders to discuss trade and development. US President met leaders from Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, Senegal with discussion focused on business opportunities. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks. Those African leaders, it's continuous plan of Donald Trump to just discuss about those countries who receive aids or tax exemption from United States. Earlier, after he entered into the office, he introduced the campaign of trade, no aid, means replacing aid with trade. If you want to receive American assistance to your country, you have to trade something. You have to exchange, not receiving aid. That's why he cuts off those aids who come to Africa, cancel all plans that have been implemented by Democrats governments, which, for example, the policy of AGOA, which he purposely started to improve African economy through motivating African countries to import to export their products to United States with almost 10% tax when they import that they export those products to United States. So after Donald Trump entered into an office, he cuts all policies, remove those policies, and then he says that those countries which needs to trade with America must come into table with us to discuss new terms.
So even when he limited most of African countries, it was for their own beneficial. These exchanges.
Yes, it's for their own beneficial. Long time, America uses the private sector to extract raw materials from Africa.
Okay.
So right now, what they come forward in broad daylight that they want to trade with Africa, not with the shadow of AIDS, but we have to trace them. We cut those aid, and then we must come to our table to discuss about this. Previous, I think 2 weeks ago, we see that leaders of Rwanda and the DRC have been summoned to United States for peace talks in Eastern Congo, where there is a minerals there which extracted, and then the demand for that peace in that area, Bukavu, is for DRC to enter into agreement with the United States, governments or companies, to extract those minerals and then to import through Rwanda, processing through Rwanda, and then transported to United States. So you see that we'll provide you a peace, we'll provide a military aids, but you have to pay for something. The thing that you pay is those minerals extracted from Eastern Congo.
Okay.
Which Rwanda accused to support the rebel M23 for launching attack on those civilians living there at that area of Bukavu. You see, so for me, this meeting is continuous initiatives of United States government to continue exploit those raw materials from Africa, and they knew that some of our African leaders, they are lazy in thinking that the way of changing those raw materials into products. And here, what I see more when I go far about this, and then I saw that that China has the policy not to intervene internal conflicts between. If in your country there is conflict, they don't interfere.
They're not involved.
Okay, so America sees that there is threat from China, who were accused for extracting those minerals from Eastern Congo. So they see that's the opportunity for them. America policies, they can intervene in any country which threaten Americans' interest.
Okay.
So the only thing is to enter into trade agreements with those countries, and then they can extract those raw material to America.
Oh.
That is what they
Oh,
means those
so it's
trade.
about overtaking China
Yes,
in the
because
mineral.
yes, because over China was poorer countries over for
Asia.
the past 40 years.
Okay.
So right now, America have $30 trillion GDP, and
Mm-hmm.
China have $19 trillion. You see, the gap is closing
It's
so
yeah.
fast.
It's close.
Yes, China concentrating only on business. They
Mm.
don't involve in war.
Okay.
They build military infrastructures, and but America use those infrastructure to fight. So
Mm.
America know where they make mistakes. So Donald Trump, they trying to repair those mistakes,
Okay.
which was previously made by others leader. So the only thing is to close the gap and to try to remove China on that competition.
Okay.
So, but if we return to our leaders, fellow
Mm-hmm.
African leaders, they have to wait uh, for that sleeping that they have.
Mm.
Why Americans want to make peace with us? I listen. I hear President Donald Trump say that we can have peace in Sudan, and we know that in Sudan there is oil
It's
who produced it there.
okay.
Okay, and where does those militants get those weapons for mass killing? If you dig down deep, probably it came from those countries
From
which,
you from
no, it's not for you say, you can condemn that, but
okay.
we can say that only countries which can produce many
Have
weapons,
their own interests in
yes,
the country.
they have capacity of producing many weapons, including China, USA, Russia. So it's between those countries they
Mm.
can supply those weapons.
Okay.
I say, and America, when they say they want peace, why they don't want to make peace in Libya,
Okay.
where they overthrown Muammar Gaddafi
Mm.
with cooperation with European countries.
Mm.
You see, when America goes somewhere, they have interest there.
Mm.
They don't go to the place where there
So
is no
it
interest.
doesn't mean that these leaders who have attended this meeting, they don't have knowledge or they don't understand that American have their own interests in this meeting. Is does it mean that they don't understand about this or
America always they entertain to have leaders who always want to be selfish from themselves, for
okay,
their family and themselves.
okay,
We have seen that from experience of Zaire, now DRC. Mobutu Sese Seko was the one of the corrupt leaders.
mm.
His son was studying France and then back to DRC.
And the country was miserable by the time.
Miserable. There is a high rate of poverty in that countries.
Okay,
Even the soldiers can't buy the weapons.
mm.
And he said Mobutu to the soldiers that if you use your brain, you can rob people and then you can get money to survive.
Okay,
While he spent a lavish lives in those big cities in Europe, France, Brussels, you see. So those Americans and Europeans leaders, when you see there is leader and then is uh, a tyrant, and then they don't remove that tyrant's leader.
mm.
It's because they protect
They're
that
having
leader
their
protects
own
the
interests.
interest.
Mm.
You see, and when we back to Zaire, they Belgium accused for killing of the prime minister of DRC previous Patrice Lumumba was
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
because he tried
He
to
was
insist
wise.
that
Yeah,
those raw material, those minerals should profit
the country.
the citizen of DRC,
Mm-hmm.
Democratic Republic of Congo. So this is a wake-up call for African leaders Americans and its allies has no good intention on African countries.
Mhm.
We must
You
learn
know,
ourselves.
it's funny. I've seen different comments when Trump I think he said to this president from I think Liberian that he has a good English, and people thought that was kind of racist. Like, what did you expect? Like, he should have a bad English or what? It's just so sad. Like, let's say if it's racist and these leaders don't even recognize how they are underestimated, that is kind of sarcasm when somebody tells you that.
Okay, for me, you tell something that is, I want to explain it.
Mm,
Liberia is the country where those slaves who
mm,
want to be back to Africa,
mm,
they deported there back
okay.
then. I don't know why Donald Trump don't know that.
Mm,
That's the country whose mother language,
mm,
the language which is official language used there is English language. You see,
mm,
so for me, right now, you see, Donald Trump wants to deport all immigrants to African countries like Nigeria. Though I see the president of Nigeria refuse to accept those immigrants.
okay.
Okay, so for me, I want to our fellow African leaders to wake up from that mindset, and then we must make our own things. We know if you want to make your own things, will be sanctioned, but it will not take long. You see China, you see North Korea, you see Russia, they have been sanctioned, but they survive. So for us as African, we must not afraid. We must try ourselves to empower ourselves, to use our resources, to learn how to use our resources. We see the case study of Burkina Faso.
Mm,
Ibrahim Traore tried to rebuild his countries and protecting the interest of Burkina Faso and entering into agreement with Russia where there is 50-50 sharing of the raw material. So he tried to build his countries and uh, throw away allies with France. They
mm,
don't allow France to be the allies of Burkina Faso. So for me, it's a wake up call to our other African leaders. We must learn how to stand by ourselves,
yeah,
not depending on USA, Europe, or other countries.
okay. So earlier this week, Russia batters Ukraine with more than 700 drones and the largest barrage of the war, officials say.
Okay, Russia try to protect the interest of their nation.
Mm,
So this, this happens after Donald Trump announcing that they will continue providing support to Ukrainian government,
okay.
military aid to
Mm,
Ukrainian government. So Russia threatened by that.
mm-hmm,
Ukraine and Russia are neighboring countries.
mm,
So when you Ukraine wants to join NATO,
mm,
Russia saw that is threatening against his interest,
mm-hmm,
their interest, not his interest, their interest. Because as I say his, I just removed that his because there is only one country who is he in the world. That is Germany.
mm.
All other remaining countries
It's
named as
Russia.
she.
Okay.
Okay, so Russia tried to protect their interest by, you see, there is two areas which is Luhansk and the Donetsk,
Mm,
where it's easy for American spies or European spies to enter there and then to collect some information. Russia is the one of the country with largest number of uh, uranium weapons. So if that's what's happening when Russia set its military base to the Cuban,
mm-hmm,
and America wants to retaliate that. after almost it's almost 50 up to 70 years. I don't remember very well, but it's like that. So Russia tried to continue to attack Ukraine in order to protect their interest. And for me, I just wonder why the president of Ukraine doesn't want peace with Russia, because
Maybe he doesn't want to lose and he already started the war.
you don't want to lose, and then you provide 50% of your natural resources to America in order to provide you a weapon. Why you don't enter into agreement with Russia? I don't see the difference between having a relationship with Russia and relationship. Yes, you say all they can use your resources. You don't have power to fight them. Zelensky doesn't have power to fight back against Russia. So for me, if I was the president of Ukraine, I would enter into agreement with uh, uh, Vladimir Putin in order
Okay.
to stop killings of the people. People are suffer. People are die. You see that there is some children die there. You see those 728 drones. You see that they're going to kill mosquito. No, they're going to kill people. So why you have ego while your fellow citizens die?
Okay.
The only thing that Zelensky should accept is that Russia will not stop bombarding Ukraine. And America know that. They do the business. They sell weapons to Ukraine, they extract minerals there, and other resources that is belong to Ukraine. You see, Zelensky should wake up from that sleeping.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for me, I wonder why Zelensky doesn't want to cease fire, to enter into agreement with Vladimir Putin to stop that war, because those were it's like 1,300 days since the start of the war. So many people lost their lives, and there are so many promises that will defeat them.
But
But
it didn't happen.
yes, he didn't accomplish that. So for today, I think
Okay. Thank you so much.